And when you pray, pray to the mountaintop. Don't ask for the contingent need in the now. Pray for the consistent flow in the forever. Because whatsoever you ask, believing, you shall have it. It shall be yours. Prayer is a spiritual weapon. Let me tell you something. Dancing is a spiritual weapon. You know, you just gotta get them juices flowing every now and then. See, the Africans knew that the most potent healing power of a woman was lodged right between her hips. The womb. It is the seat of life. It is a source of healing. So when the hips of an African woman are moving in the rhythm of dance, there's some healing going on. And the bigger the hips, the greater the healing. So we gotta learn how to dance, ladies. Dance to our own music, in our own way, to our own tune. And you know, when the brothers come home and they in trouble, and you put that hand on that hip, they get to moving real fast. Because they know you about to heal them in some way. So we need to move to our own rhythm and dance. Dancing is a spiritual weapon. When you feeling low down and bad, get up and dance. Get up and sing. Let me tell you something. Laughter is a spiritual weapon. You have to learn how to laugh in the hard times. You have to learn how to laugh when things aren't going your way. You got to learn how to say, I can hardly wait to see the good that's going to come out of this. I can't wait till you get your body out my life. We got to learn how to laugh because it raises our vibrations. And the only way that we can learn how to laugh is to learn how to be grateful. Gratitude is a spiritual weapon. Thank you. You see, when the praise goes up, the blessings come down. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you that I've got 2 eyes this morning. Thank you that I've got 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 hands. Thank you that I don't have to worry about my kidneys functioning. They know what to do without my help. Thank you that my heart is beating. Thank you that there's veins moving the blood through my body. Thank you that I can hear. Thank you I've got fingers and toes and arms. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you that while I'm out, my house is protected. Thank you that when I can't see, my children are protected. Thank you for the protection from seen and unseen dangers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, you can say thank you so much that the universe will give you stuff just to shut you up. Just be grateful for every little thing. You know, millions didn't make it. Do you know that? Millions didn't make it through traumatic childhoods, through poverty, through issues, through drug addiction, through abuses, through emotional distress, through illnesses. Millions didn't make it, and you did. Be grateful. Be grateful. Let me tell you something. Silence is a spiritual weapon. Silence is power. We talk too much. We tell everything because we don't understand that ideas are the children of your mind. And your mind is like a womb, and it has to nurture those ideas. And when you have an idea and you silently hold it within you, it grows. You nurture it with good thoughts. You nurture it with positive information, with positive energy. And every time you open your mouth to tell somebody what you're thinking and what you're doing, you abort a divine idea. Silence. Did you hear the sun come out? Have you ever heard the sun come out? Never. And the sun nurtures every living thing in the universe. Did you hear the moon come out? And the moon controls the tides of life, the flow of blood in your body is directed by the course of the moon. You never hear the sperm fuse with the egg to create life. Silence. Because in the silence, you can hear yourself. You can monitor your thoughts. You can hear the divine inspiration as it's given to you, because it's always given to you. The thought will come, but because we have been taught not to trust ourselves, we don't trust the thoughts. So we start talking. We want confirmation from other people. We want support from other people. Learn how to be silent. Take your quiet time every day to check in on you, to hear what is going on in you. You can call it meditation, you can call it reflection, you can call it whatever, but just be still and know that there is a divine power and a divine presence right where you are. Let me tell you something. Love is your spiritual armor. Love is spiritual armor. And you have to learn how to love you first, because nobody does it better. You've got to learn how to love yourself enough not to allow yourself to be in toxic situations and unproductive conditions. You've got to love yourself enough to know when to say bye, to have the courage to say bye, to have the courage to say enough is enough, I'm out of here. You've got to love yourself enough not to depend on anybody else to make you happy. You've got to love yourself enough to know that there is nothing too good for you. There is nothing that you can't have. You got to love yourself enough to wake up in the morning and look down at you and say, baby, anything you think you want, I'm going to get it for you. Love yourself every day. Love yourself enough to know that your highest goal is only a minute representation of what you're capable of. Love yourself enough to trust yourself, to take care of yourself, to eat right, to live right, to speak right, to think right, to do right, right action and right reaction. Give up the need to be right and love yourself. So many of us want to be right. We do detrimental things to ourselves to prove a point. To prove a point. But when you give up the need to be right and just love yourself exactly where you are, who you are, for what you have, if you can give yourself love like that, everybody coming into your life has to live up to your standards. See, most of us ain't loved by people because we ain't got no standards. Anything come in, look like love, smell like love, sound like love, we just let it in. But when you have standards for loving yourself, everybody has to live up to that. You see, if you don't buy yourself no cubic zirconiums, nobody else can buy you no cubic zirconiums. If you can't buy Lauren smell-alike, if you don't buy it for you, was opium yesterday, is something else now. If you don't treat yourself like that, nobody coming into your life will treat you like that. People come into our lives and mirror our image of ourselves. So if there's anybody living in your life that's not treating you good, ask yourself, what part of me are they? Love yourself. Love yourself. Get your rest. Eat well. Take your quiet time. Pray, breathe, sing, dance. And always expect the best from you and then exceed your own expectations. Exceed your own expectations. I wanted a college degree and I ended up with a law degree. and 3 credits away from a PhD. Set your sights high and exceed them. And you can do that when you've got on your spiritual armor, when you're praying every day, when you have faith in yourself, when you trust yourself, when you honor yourself, when you love yourself, when you keep your word to you. So many of us let ourselves down. We say, oh, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna call him no more. I ain't gonna call her no more. Then we call, and we say, I just called to say I love you. If you make an agreement with you, keep it. And if you're not going to keep your agreement, renegotiate it. Say, well, I know I said I wasn't gonna call, but I meant only on Tuesdays if the moon was full. Honor your agreements so that you will begin to trust yourself. If you break your agreements with you, when you need you, you won't be there because you know you can't be trusted. Take care of yourself because you are a divine expression of a magnificent creator. You are one of the king's kids, here to inherit the kingdom. It is your purpose to have goodness and joy and prosperity and abundance and love in your life. And it must begin with you. Nobody can give it to you. Nobody can walk this journey for you. Nobody can learn your lessons, and nobody can get your blessings. Take care of yourself from the inside out. We can do this. I know that they tell us it looks bad, but we can do this. We can change these communities. We can save these children. We can build these institutions. You are sitting in an institution, in an auditorium that was built by people who said, we can do this. Affirm yourself every day. When somebody says, how are you? Don't say, oh, I'm okay, but I got a few problems. No. Stop telling your people your problems to people. 80% of the people don't care, and the other 20% can't help you. When people say, how you doing? Say, I'm great. I'm doing wonderful. I'm blessed. I'm greater than good. How are you, my dear? Affirm yourself every day. We can do this. We can make the difference individually and collectively. You, the world is waiting for your contributions. Not just in Brooklyn, not just in Medgar Evers, but around the world. And when you stand on the traditions of our ancestors, of our people, you have to say, we can do this. The same genetic genius that flowed through the bodies of those who built the pyramids is in you. We can do this. The same strength and fortitude that allowed our ancestors to survive the ship and the block and the whip and the dogs. It's in you. It moves up and down your spine, and there's nothing you have to do to activate it. We can do this. The same energy that created the first of everything in this world, it's in your bloodstream, moving right now. We have not been brought this far to be left. We can do this. I know we can do it because I know that the finger of God would never point where the hand of God would not make a way. We can do it. Blessings and greetings. I am iYanla Vanzant. Your history is more than just a story about where you've been. It is an indication of just how far you can go. At Medgar Evers College, we have a powerful history of a powerful man that has given us a tradition of excellence which we can take into the future. If you've been thinking about going back to school or just want to investigate the possibilities for the future, I invite you to come to Medgar Evers College, where the excellent faculty and the dedicated and committed staff and the student commitment to excellence are the tools that will help you build a better future. Come to Medgar Evers.
Next week on Education and Perspectives, we will be featuring